Hi, I'm Catrina Demonteverde with Ideate TV, and here I have Ryan Sprague. How are you doing today?
Great. This is the second day at AlienCon. Yesterday was my busy day. I did about 7 panels in a row. So I think I've lost about 10 pounds so far just running from room to room, but I love it. This
Yeah.
event is so much fun.
Yeah, and it looks like I was watching you with your fans and everything, and you're just amazing. Everybody's so intrigued by you. And in case you don't know, Ryan Sprague, he's the lead investigator and also the co-host on Roswell Mysteries Decoded, right, on the
Yes.
CW network.
Yep. Yeah. The CW network. They are now getting into the reality television sector, and their first dive into it was with a investigative show about UFOs. So I was like, oh my God, how could I become a part of this? And I reached out. They reached back, and we went out to the Roswell UFO crash site. We found some actual evidence, which we weren't expecting, and it completely changed my perception of the entire Roswell case, the most famous case in ufology.
Seriously, have you always been involved in that type of world, the extraterrestrial, the UFOs, aliens, etc.?
Yeah, my origin story is interesting. I did have a UFO sighting when I was 12 years
Tell
old.
me about that, please.
Yeah, so I was fishing off a dock. It had just turned nighttime. This is back in the mid 90s. I don't want to give away my age, but I was reeling my line in, and I saw a reflection of lights in the water, 3 white lights, and then I look up, and there's something above me. I can't tell you what it was. 3 white lights, one sort of like red hazy light in the middle, and it was just floating there, a triangular formation. I didn't see like a structure or like a craft, but I couldn't see like stars behind it or anything. And I was frozen there. I couldn't move. I didn't know how to react. And it floated over the water and it disappeared towards Canada. This is right on the border of the US and Canada. And it changed my life. I had nightmares for years after that. I became obsessed with UFOs, but instead of kind of letting that fear take over, I started to educate myself. I would take out books on UFOs and speak to other people who've had UFO sightings, and took that into my life and embraced it, and now I love it. I love doing it.
Yeah, it's amazing that you're doing something that you're passionate about, and you're researching things that are happening. I mean, the Roswell case is such a big case, and you get to have that privilege to find new things or new evidence about it. So tell me about what's a highlight of being, the lead investigator on this show.
The highlight for me was getting to work with a group. The CW network was so supportive of this that they were willing to do whatever they had to get us the most credible evidence and to bring this to a new generation. I mean, if you look at the CW network, these are younger people watching this show. So we first wanted to introduce them to a case they may never have heard about. A lot of people don't know about Roswell. So we wanted to give them the basics, of like this happened in 1947, something crashed, we don't know what it was. And then we also wanted to make it accessible to those who do know about it and bring new stuff to the table. So we really went out of our way to bring something new to the Roswell case. And that came in the form of actually finding materials from what we believe could have been the UFO that crashed there. And we got it tested, yeah.
Give me an example of, the thing that sticks out in your head right now as far as like the new evidence.
For me, the new evidence with this case comes in both the metal debris that we had tested, which was extremely interesting, the results we came up with. I'll let people watch the show to figure that out. But we also came across a memo that was in a photo back in 1947 when this happened with one of the superiors. There was a press conference where they said, it wasn't a UFO, we're just kidding, it was nothing but a weather balloon. On this memo, we were able to use modern technology to decipher what could possibly be on this memo, and we saw the word crash, we saw the word saucer, and we saw the word victim. So victim was the one for us to be like, what was someone doing inside a weather balloon? Yeah. This clearly was not a weather balloon. There clearly is some sort of cover-up.
Wow, that's so interesting. It must be a lot of fun, and then also, an educational experience while you're, doing this show.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm a kid in a playground when I'm investigating UFOs, but you also have to remember this is like Earth-changing, humanity-changing things, and you have to be ready to open that door and be like, I might be disappointed in what I find, or I might be scared, or this could change my life forever. So, yeah.
Exactly. And then you're also an author, so tell us about your book.
Yeah, in 2016, I wrote a book called Somewhere in the Skies, A Human Approach to an Alien Phenomenon, where I went around the country and I interviewed hundreds of people about UFO sightings, claimed close encounters, even up to like alien abduction cases. And I narrowed it down to about 20 or so people, and I really focused on the individual having the experience. I talked to their families, their friends. What did they think about this person coming forward and saying like they saw this thing or they experienced this? So it was more about the people having the experiences and the impact it had on their lives rather than what it was they actually saw.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, it hits close to heart because you've actually experienced it yourself. So it's amazing that people can relate to your experience and vice versa for them.
I would agree. I think everyone has a story to tell. Every story has some sort of value. And it's not until you get to these events like Alien Con where someone comes up to you and tells you a story for the first time that they've been holding in for like 30 years. And that's enough for me to be like, this is worth the pursuit and what I'm doing.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Yeah, you're welcome. No problem. I'm Catrina Demonteverde with Ideate TV.